and welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. I'd like to talk a bit about the ruling that the Ninth Circuit judge just issued on Trump's asylum proclamation. If you go back about 3 weeks or a month, I made a prediction that, in fact, the asylum proclamation was illegal, that Trump could not stop people from applying for asylum, that it was a violation of equal protection, that it violated the asylum laws. It was just, so blatantly in violation of law that I did what I normally don't do, and I issued a prediction of the absolute outcome of what would happen. I essentially said that there would be, in fact, an injunction stopping his ability to stop asylum, and that it would go forward. So sure enough, the Ninth Circuit judge ruled, and by judge I mean judges, the panel ruled that in fact it was not legal to try to stop asylum in this manner, and that there's a nationwide injunction against it going forward in the manner upon which Trump had attempted to do. So Trump got up and he essentially lambasted the Ninth Circuit, saying they're Obama appointees or they're Clinton appointees, and then an unprecedented move by the Chief Justice of the United States, appointed, by the way, by Bush, basically saying there are no Trump appointee, there are no appointees by Obama or Trump or whomever. They are simply justices which are presenting and doing the best they can with the cases that are in front of them, and that they are impartial, and that the U.S. should be happy that there is an impartial judiciary. Well, based on that, it goes to show the pushback of the situation, but it's good to hear and have verification that in fact the court, whether it's conservative or liberal, are hopefully going to be ruling on the law, on what's put in front of them, not have political bias on who apparently appointed them. So what did Trump do this last weekend? He closed the border, not allowing any of the immigrants from the caravan to come in to apply for asylum. So that, to me, seems like he is in violation of the court order. I'm fairly certain that another lawsuit will be filed and/or contempt proceedings. The issue is whether you can put a president in contempt for violation of a court order. So that might be an issue. But of course, the border needs to be opened up, not just for the people coming in who are applying for asylum, but what about U.S. citizens, returning aliens, people on work visas, people who've won the diversity lottery, derivatives of those who have authority to come in. There's just a plethora of people who need to come into the United States and can't come in, of course, if the entire border has been shut. So the only way to go about that, if they keep the border closed, is say, well, do you plan on applying for asylum, or are you here for some other reason? And if they say they're there for some other reason and let them in, then essentially what he's doing is barring those who want to apply for asylum from applying for asylum, which is in direct contradiction of what the Ninth Circuit ruled. And that clearly would be contempt of court. So we'll see how this plays out. But you can't do an end run around a Ninth Circuit court ruling by simply not letting the people in and believing that there's authority to do that. So this has been an update on this particular issue. We'll be talking on more different issues next week, and more on the coming videos. If you like the video, click like, subscribe, and more coming later. Thank you.